Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Ada
and Nelson.
Together we are Ada and Nelson.
Yeah.
Just like that. Ada and Nelson.
Yeah. The only Ada and Nelson.
The only Ada and
There's
Nelson.
no other.
Any other
one is
counterfeit.
And that person is a member of APC.
I beg. Seriously, in Nigeria right now, if you're a member of APC, your life is under threat.
Yes.
So let's just forget it.
Yes. That being said, today we just want to talk about something.
Our long distance relationship. How we survived. If you guys don't know, I and Nelson dated long distance for 4 years, right?
3 years and some months.
It's not 3 years and some months, it's 4 years.
Well,
2017, 18, 19, 20, October 20, before we got married in December.
Well, the reason why I'm saying the long distance was 3 years and some months was because we served together, so we spent few months together.
But the few months, we got married in December, so that November month will add up for that 1 month, you know. Oh, okay, it was more than a month. 3 years and let's say 10 months.
Okay.
We had a long distance relationship for about 3 years and 10 months.
When I asked this girl out, I like to look at the long run of the whole thing. So yeah. I remember asking her, are you sure you can do this in long distance?
And me, that don't know what it means, I say yes.
Yes.
Of course he can't. Yes. I can do it.
She was in love.
I was in love.
She's still in love.
Oh God. By the time it started, I know
hearing love.
So me that did not know what it meant, I opened my big mouth and said yes. And in my mind, no, I don't regret. Actually, don't regret. But in my mind, I was like, what's there? Is it not just to you are there, I'm here, you know? But it wasn't easy, and that's why today we want to talk about how we sustained that, how we managed that.
This one is how we survived.
How we survived our long distance relationship.
First thing is trust.
Yeah.
After I had decided this baby was worth all the stress of long distance relationship.
Okay.
And of course, I was not looking to play around then.
Yeah.
I wanted for the long run, so I, of course, had to trust her. You know, with this, with her, there were lots of people coming after her, and my market too was selling.
Which your market was selling?
Yeah, you know.
Which your market was selling? Which your market was selling then? So yeah.
So I had to be able to be confident. You see, the moment you don't trust, a lot of issues come on that. There are suspicions. There are lots of issues that are nothing, but they become big issues.
Yeah, like when people say things like, "Oh, you have no business with his phone." Excuse me, I have business with your phone.
Yeah, like if you don't have anything to hide.
So why, if you don't have skeleton in your cupboard, why is the cupboard locked?
It's funny how you have business with his account balance, the car he rides,
his dross.
You understand?
And you have no business.
And you have no business with phone.
I don't get.
You know, so I had to trust.
Yeah.
Someone calls and says, "We saw her with this guy in this place."
It actually came up because we were serving. I was always going shopping in the main town, and because of my work schedule, that's in school, I had to leave in the afternoon and come back at night. So because I was coming back at night, they thought I was going to be with someone else.
Which was the norm for call members, female call members.
At that year we were at the time. I will come back with my groceries, everything bought for the month, chocolate, and they say a guy bought it for me. But I think it was even maybe how many months
that I mentioned
that you mentioned it, and it's because I always used to tell you that I'm going to Maya to buy this.
In fact, when she comes back late, she tells me, "That your bike guy, can you call him to come pick me up at the junction?" So I always knew, but I don't always react to stuff because I knew who she was. There are many times I've said, "Come, follow me, let's go somewhere," and she gave me a blank no, and I knew she wasn't the type for plenty. You know? So I was also accused of even going to do introduction with another
and they said that to me too. I think, in fact, the basis of a long distance relationship is trust. If you don't trust your partner, you shouldn't go into the relationship. So if maybe you guys are going to meet maybe in short term at this point, like you guys know that, okay, when maybe you are serving or you are working in a place, or even if it's cross country, because we've had long distance relationship, we don't discourage people from keeping long distance relationship. We just tell them that we just tell them that make sure you trust this person. ask all the questions you need to ask. If you need to snoop around the person's phone to get the right answer for yourself, do that. You actually need to trust the person, because
you need to know what you're getting into.
Yes.
Take it or leave it. There's always distance in relationship.
Yes.
We're sitting down right now.
Yeah.
If you pick a ruler, there's a distance in 0.000 between us. By the time I get off this chair, there's a distance. Some people start dating
and they're together. Like we started when we were together.
But when we finish service, we had to part.
Yeah.
We're married again, we are together again. Some people were together when married.
Then dating. Okay, when married.
When dating and initially married
then
and maybe work or business had to transfer someone to another town.
I know when people ask us questions like, oh, you're too faithful to this person, how are you sure he's not doing anything there? And I just said, well, he's not doing anything there. They're like, how are you sure? I'm like, because I know. Yeah. And even though Nolly would have told us, oh, visit him, give him a surprise visit, or see, it means you actually don't trust that person. Yeah, if you notice, if your mind is telling you that something is off, you understand, definitely follow your mind and do that surprise visit. But if you really, really trust this person, you've done your research. It's not just by what they've told you. Hey, you've done your research, and you know that this person has come clean to you.
It took me close to 4 months or more to ask her out, and what I was doing was trying to observe some of these things.
Okay.
So the trust did not come when she said yes.
Okay.
I had looked at a lot of all those other things, a lot of things. So it wasn't after then that I started trying to figure out, trying to jump up and down. Okay. I knew who this person was, who that person was, and so there was no shaking on that. And since I was not that kind of person, I didn't need, the kind of person that played around.
Yeah.
So that I would also reward that person with
your own faithfulness.
You won't even have to worry about anything.
Yeah. So I think we flogged trust. I think the next thing for us, something that really helped us, was communication. Yeah. And for a long distance relationship, I see some people that do, oh, we talk once a day, or we talk once in 2 days. What the hell are you doing? Like literally, I knew all your clients. I knew like everywhere
all their names without
even knowing them. Okay, I knew like around the time he wakes up. So if I call him, let me say by 9 he has not woken up, I'm a little worried, because I'm like, okay, what happened? Is he sick? Is something wrong with him? Because I know that by 9 he should be up. You understand me? I know that by 9 o'clock he should be up. So we were always talking. We didn't have like a time limit to when we talk. We talk during the day, we talk in the afternoon, we talk in the evening, and that's something that really sustains a long distance relationship, because you are not seeing this person. Sometimes actions can be misjudged. You can misunderstand somebody's action. But the more you talk, the more you understand each other. So communication was key. It's still key for us right now in our marriage. I think there was a day he did something. I'm like, oh, you didn't tell me about this in the morning. And he was like, oh, I forgot. And you can literally tell the person's schedule for the whole day. I feel that's something that really helped us. Communication, just talking about everything
for hours every day.
And I even have a little confession. When we started out, I literally, a lot of the times I didn't have things to say. Yeah, so I just listen. But if one person is talking and you are quiet, it makes it look as if he's the radio and you are the coconut. He makes it look as if he's the radio, you are coconut. So I chose not to be the coconut anymore. So sometimes I will just look for topics to talk about. Then after then it just flowed, we just kept talking and talking. And it's really key, because you see people that, they are dating and they don't really, when you talk, you now touch, when it tells, oh, we need to talk about serious issues. When you communicate with your partner, that's when you even get some red flags. Do you understand? When you are just keeping it formal, oh, I don't want to ask him about his previous relationship. Sometimes when you begin to talk, unconsciously they will tell you about their previous relationship. You understand? You don't need to ask them, oh, how are your finances? When you guys talk, you know that okay, this is his financial level, this is what's up. You understand? You know, when you guys talk, you can tell.
Okay, financial level.
You know, when you guys talk, you can tell. You know, some people are very particular about the kind of families, you know, and their values their partner was raised with. So when you guys talk, you unconsciously those things. So you don't have to now call the person as if it is a red table. Nah.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up? What is that now?
I said the best way to know more about an individual is just by sitting around
and talking.
They talk. I talk about where I went to. I talk about my mom. I talk about then you. As I talk about my mom, you unconsciously talk about your own. I talk about my job. You unconsciously. I talk about my day. You talk of yours. You know. That's the way it goes, and then you get to know a lot about the individual.
Yeah.
And it's important that you don't hear about your partner from outside.
Yeah. Like, oh, did you know that girl had an abortion? Or, you know, did you hear that this girl was dating somebody? Maybe it might be somebody they know in the area, or maybe somebody you're not comfortable with. Or it might not even be anything important, but, you know, if somebody else tells you from outside, it now looks as if she's actually hiding a lot of things. Like when someone told me that he went to do introduction with somebody, I'm like, introduction?
My 19,800.
19,800, really? Introduction? So that's, communication is key. We don't know how to overflog that. Just make sure, maybe a little advice. We are not marriage counselors. If you ask us what we are doing in our marriage, we don't know. We are living one day at a time. But we are just telling you communication, what worked for us. Communication, talk. People chat is nice, but talk, hear the person's voice.
Women love voices. Yeah, you talk, and communication is not just talking. We did that for hours every day. It's not just talking.
I think at a point he now knows when I get tense. Like from my breath, he'll be like, "Are you okay? Is something wrong with you?" So, you know, I have a feeling your temperature is high now. Remember when you used to say that? And truly, maybe around my ovulation. I was maybe.
So from then I had to now become very calm and careful.
You tread with caution.
Before the lioness herself
eats you up.
Of course, it's when you communicate that you get to know all those things, and you don't misinterpret.
Or when he's stressed, I notice that when he's stressed, he flares up easily. You know, in the both of us, he's a calm person. No, let me not say calm. I get angry easily. He doesn't get angry easily. But I notice when he's stressed, he gets angry easily. Not angry, but you flare up, like you get irritated. Because me, I literally have an outburst. But he doesn't have an outburst. He just gets irritated and doesn't. So I think initially when we started dating, he's like, when he's stressed and he's like, oh, just forget about it. I'm like, I'm telling you something, you're telling me forget about it. Forget about it is what. But later I understood that when he's stressed, he doesn't like talking about things that are stressing him. So he just likes to push it aside. When he now comes and if you bring up the issue to him again, he talks about it without, you know, any form of this is so communication is key.
Scheduled visits.
That one.
You can't date for 4 years and you don't see each other.
I don't understand when people are dating each other and you ask them, when was the last time you saw each other?
Am I the one taking this one or
it's you? Both of us now. We're taking it together.
Okay. Go on.
You must see what I'm dealing with in this house.
You have friends, especially girls. What's up? What's the guy? What's he saying? What is the guy saying? Where does he stay? What does he do? They ask you those questions. Doesn't he come to visit you? Won't you visit him? You know, so eventually some of them begin to make a lot of sense to you. But apart from that, you're talking with each other. Yeah. You also need to see each other.
Yeah.
So Mama was doing shakara when I was at the tail end of my service. I said all the shakara are doing. I also leave this place. Go find me. She entered depression. Lock herself inside room.
I just did not want to talk to people.
For 3 weeks straight, they had to call me, say, come and save this couple.
It's a lie. You know, he was always coming around, so I got used to his company like every evening. So when he left, my evenings now became boring. Even though my natural lifestyle, I'm actually a boring person, you understand? But the evenings now became like...
Not exactly.
but I like to keep to myself a lot of the times, if you see me talking with somebody, just know I've put in a lot of effort to actually talk to that person. Yeah, so it became a little more quiet and it wasn't nice. I missed him a lot. Let me just admit that. I missed him a lot.
Before I received my next
salary, he had to come see me.
Back.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I had to come. I came, I saw her. She couldn't hide all the excitement.
Yeah.
When I arrived where she was staying, you know, all the other core members, they started shouting.
Yeah.
She was shy and the thing was doing her in her body like this. She couldn't wait. All this one, I'm greeting all these other people. I should come to her quickly. You know, and she did like this, gave me eye like this. I went to her. I just smiled. I said, let me greet these people so that they won't follow me.
Yeah, so when he came, and then we had this long hug, and you know, it was good. Yeah. So after that, we decided we knew the effect of being apart for a while, even though it was just about 3 weeks. Yeah, but we decided that okay, we are going to see for 4 months. 3 to 4 months. I think the longest we ever did was 7 months. That was because the expenses for him coming was very high.
There were lots of events.
You know, hotel room. He has to travel down. I was doing at the time when I was done serving, I started my master's, so he had to travel down to see me where I stayed in Nsukka. He had to lodge in a hotel.
7 months felt like 7 years.
As in, after that 7 months,
she had to move from family house to family house. Of course, we had not come for introduction, so I can't.
You will not come and say, "I'm here to see Ada."
So I had to wait till she get admission to the university for her masters again.
Yeah, then I had to even settle down. Okay, no, the first time I came, I had not gotten my hostel.
Yeah,
I was still in the other house.
So we had to do that. There were times she had to come over to see me here, you know, and all of that. Me going or she coming involves some expenses and all of
transportation,
that. We had to prepare
feeding.
For. You'll be so shocked how much that is. I don't want to say.
No, you'll be shocked. Long distance. Let me just put it out there. Long distance relationship is expensive.
It's expensive. From the credit you used to call each other when you see each other. Of course, there'll be gift share. There'll be hangouts. There'll be. I didn't have a car then. I called one of my very good friends.
The first
he was
time,
willing.
He was chauffeuring us everywhere. Adam, if you ever watch this, you are the real D.
Adams, man.
Adams. You are the real G.
Yeah. So,
but the second time, I think I told him, forget about this car.
She said, forget.
Let's.
And I also wanted to see her reaction. Okay, the Abuja hype. Everybody in Abuja had money, Abi.
Who Abuja help?
And then we took care of her well when she first came.
Yeah.
So the second time I said, let's see how the love will be when we enter Molo.
It's not Molo.
It's the equivalent.
When you say Molo,
no, but it's as big as Molo. There's a big
Molo is the actual ghetto. This is the coastal boss. Molo, somebody telling you, oh, God, shift you, they mess for my head.
But when they say all medicine that cure
Magari Burantashi. Yeah, but the second time I came, we took the coastal buses. We took, you know, I even enjoy it. Now that we have our own right, sometimes I tell him I miss the drama in these buses, especially those conductors are always shouting, "You know, say you the Chris. You know, say you the Chris."
So all those gave me more confidence that okay, when the car comes, she's the one that will sit in front. She even had fun in all those things. Like no, the guy must be waiting. No, I wasn't under all that pressure, but I also did not want to over relax. You understand? And so we also took it from there. And I visited her, she visited me, and we kept doing that and kept growing till we now decided to make the visit permanent.
Yeah, we decided to get married. I had to go and tell my father I want to follow man.
Yes, you understand.
Man! I hope this man doesn't watch this YouTube channel.
You watch it.
Okay, there's something I quickly want to say.
Okay.
I think for a long distance relationship, you have to not listen to naysayers. Like, you listen. People always give you advice. You can't say, "Oh, I know it all." People have had issues with long distance. We've had family members that, you know, their long distance relationships went really sour. But one thing I would say is, if you trust this person, you guys are communicating. If from time to time you don't feel okay with the person, maybe you feel something is wrong, you can check the person's phone, you know, and check. You can dig. See, investigation is.
You need to know what you are going.
You need to know what you are going into. But apart from that, people come up with ideas, and people tell you, have a side guy, have a side babe.
Plan B.
Do you know what she's doing there?
Especially
I can tell you don't. Someone told me I can tell you to your face you don't have a relationship.
A relationship, that's true.
So one thing with long distance relationship is you learn to filter what you hear, and just choose to work with your heart. Anytime your mind begins to tell you there's something off, try to do some digging. Try to confirm.
Yeah.
But actually guard your heart, because people will tell you a lot of things.
Yes. Some of the people who told me stuff about her, some of the guys, trust me, they wanted to go after her, and they went after her behind. So what they wanted to do was discourage me.
You know the way our Nigerian government behave, divide and rule.
Divide there, that's exactly several of them.
Yeah.
What they did was go behind to try to ask her out and come to me and try to
try to tell me things like, do you trust him? That guy is a really playful guy. Do you trust him?
Yeah.
That kind.
When I found out what they were doing, I went along with the flow. It was more or less like, yes, I know. She has like 17 boyfriends.
I'm number 18. Yeah, I used to say that.
And I shouted it openly. It was, I'm sure, frustrating for me.
And he's the kind of person you can't gossip to. When you tell him something, he will come and say it in the open. You can't gossip with him. Yeah. So what are the challenges we had? I will tell you one.
Of course, one of the challenges we had was she is such a baby. Oh God, she loves attention. Her love language is actually attention. It's not all the money. People eat, people drink, people are there, Attention, you must give her loads of attention. When she born her type, she will understand what So if I was meant to call by 7, and I call 7:01, the call will start with a quarter.
Yeah, thinking
about like it now, I called 10 p.m.
because by 6:50, I've stopped everything I'm doing, waiting for His Royal Majesty to call. Huh?
Yeah.
And that 3 minutes after 7 used to look like 3 hours. Yeah.
And then me, I wouldn't know. It would just do me like I called 7. I just want to talk normally. And what is the problem? Like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
But we also understood when you miss each other. Those things come.
So sometimes we misunderstood each other's action. So actually, with the example I cited before, when he says, "Oh, leave this thing," at the point I'm like, is it that you are shutting me up? Like, will you be somebody that I can't talk to? Although this man is very stubborn, but then what I mean is, I used to misunderstand really, really small things. Do you understand? Like when he'll be like, let me call you back, I can't talk now. I'm like,
which girl is there?
Which girl is there?
What is that thing?
And he has clients, so there might be somebody. There might be somebody in the background saying, "Oh, Mr. Nelson."
Yeah.
I didn't wait to hear welcome. Maybe he's stepping into a client's place, and the person in the front desk is like, "Oh, Mr. Nelson, welcome." And next thing I hear, "Oh, Mr. Nelson," and next thing I'm hearing is, "Let me call you back. I'm like,
And they say Mr. Nelson. You didn't realize that. If I have girlfriends, you won't call me Mr. Nelson.
I know.
But that's what long distance does. All those things, you tend to pick on them till you eventually understand.
So you misunderstand each other's actions a lot, and the quarrel will last for long when you guys are apart. But when you are together, you settle fast. Yeah.
There are a lot of things you do together.
There are a lot of things you do together. Like now, I think our quarrels will settle faster.
Yeah.
Compared to when we're not together.
Another challenge was what?
Another challenge was the long separation. It kind of affected us.
Me, it didn't.
It affected me.
I think you were the more emotional one. I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I knew our not seeing was not because we refused.
He was working a 9 to 5. Then he switched to being his own boss. So he was really, 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 really busy.
Like when we did that 7 months, I was still in my 9 to 5. And when we say 9 to 5, it's figuratively. I leave the house 5 a.m. and sometimes come back 12 midnight. I was. That's 7 months. I definitely was. There's no way I'll do the 7 months. And I was still So, me didn't, because I wasn't shaking. I knew what I was going into.
But it was affecting me. And it affected our conversation. When it was like 5 months, I just used to get really angry and irritated and it like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I just used to be
so
angry.
when I first saw her and she said, let's not do this 7 months again, I understood what had gone through. I said, no, I won't do that again. But you know, we had to be wise in both ways. We can't spend big monies visiting each other, and when the time comes for the real deal, they say, okay, bring him.
Because we knew we were going to get married.
Of course, so we had to take care of, enjoy the moment, but plan for the future.
And I think something about long distance relationships, or for us, our own definition of relationship, we're not that type that it's not like from day one you say, oh, will you marry me, because you must marry me, if not I'm not going to this relationship. No. We actually know that, okay, there's an end goal, do you understand, which was marriage, but let's enjoy the moment. But while we're enjoying the moment, we're building each other, we're preparing for the future. You understand? So you don't just blow money. I think you have to be considerate of the other person, you know. When you're in a long distance relationship, that's when the devil literally opens a shop for the both of you. It has different agendas, different flavors, and it's not just one person that gets tempted. No, it's the both parties, and I think it's good when you guys talk about it. If you begin to hide it from each other, it means you are beginning to consider it. But some people, it might differ. You might have a partner who is over controlling and overreact. So he might just start misjudging you again. So maybe you know who you are going out with.
Those were things we had to contend with. It's more like temptation, you know. Come and do this and I'll give you this. Sometimes your guys will say, Baba, you know, be sharp guy. Hey, wait. Some people, even elderly people, will say, if you miss your soulmate, they say sometimes. But somebody like me, I look very well before I go into stuff. You understand? So I knew what I wanted. Money is not everything. God, you understand.
And I think we prayed a lot.
Yeah, we
prayed a lot, and we prayed a lot because we wanted God to really guide us and lead us through, especially, and because it was a long distance relationship. From time to time, friends will start talking. Oh, what's he saying? You know, why is she delaying? You know, what are you waiting for? But the truth is, if you both know what you want, you know what you are. Imagine if you got married maybe after NYSC. It's not like it to be bad, but you know, won't have grown to the extent. You know, you wanted to grow your business. I wanted to grow my business. I wanted to get my masters. You wanted to have things, you know, for yourself, and you know that process. Some people might not understand your process, so it's not a big talk.
How old were you, sir? Even when we finally now went, were they not still saying you were too small?
Left my father, I turned 35 in that house.
Is it your father? Was it your father or even your mom?
My mom. My dad said I'm still young.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my dad said I'm still young. My mom, what did she say?
Most times, it's mom that are meant to that normally put pressure.
Yeah.
Father
in
say,
our house,
grow up,
you know, we don't have
graduate,
so many girls.
Do your masters and your PhD, and you get a good man and a good job.
You know, in our house, we don't have so many girls. Yeah, so our house,
to let go
my house is not the house where they'll tell you, do you know you're getting old? No. So my dad was like, you're still young. Then they have this man.
By the way, the long distance relationship also, apart from friends talking, they were also family talking.
Family, like, my family that knew when we started out, they're like, oh, what's this saying? You know. And it wasn't out of spite, it was from a place of love, because we've had situations where this girl dates this guy for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
They find out.
And before, you know.
She also finished NYSC because she missed me every day. She couldn't eat. She was eating once a day. She turned to broomstick.
I didn't have appetite. Don't mind this man. I had appetite issues.
We're sending multivites for her. So the first time she came to visit me, my family was not my uncle's family was not very far. She was dark like me, like this, and very slim. So slim here, in the back, in the front. And the cheeks were sunken.
I was still pretty. The way he's describing it, I was still a damsel.
Now look at this picture now coming on.
There's no picture. We're not going to show any picture. Go away, girl.
So when the answer, they said, "Is she the one?" I said, "Yes." It's okay. Tell another one to come. And it's female that said that too. Those female that will not want their own partners now to be popping up somewhere. Say, bring another of your girlfriend. And even suggested one to me. And even whether pressured me and gave me a number. I called her
People always pressure you.
I said, hello, how are you? This is fine. I said, So person gave me your number that I should toast you. That was the beginning and end of.
Where did you do that?
I think they want me to call.
Okay, they were there when
they were there and then try yourself.
Yeah, the thing is, people will always give you other options. People will always set you up with other people. Like, you know, is it set you up or once
try to match
make you guys? It will always, that one will always come up. But you have to be the one to say no, I'm not interested. Maybe because me, I wasn't really the out. But don't mind him. The offers were coming both for me and for him. But the truth is, if you know, okay, this person is the real deal and he's who I want to spend the rest of my life with. You just turn all those other distractions off.
Yeah. Final words is, man, no doubt thyself, and no doubt thy who thou followest.
Yeah, so this is basically how we manage our long distance relationship. We prayed, we talked, we trusted each other, we still trust each other, we still communicate, we trust God. You know.
And the thing is, when you finish the long distance and you now get married, there's now the short distance inside home.
Yeah.
That you start learning again, but at least you would have laid that foundation or something before you build on that.
Yeah. So that's how we basically manage our long distance relationship, and here we are today. Let us know other tips if you are in a long distance relationship, other tips that are helping you or help someone out there, can help somebody out there. Drop them in the comment section. Let us know. Question of the day: are you going to sign up for a long distance relationship? Will you ever think of signing up for a long distance relationship? We want to know in the comment section, because we have family members. I have some of my brothers that say a big fat no, you know. And people like us, we say yes to it. Some people say no. So let us know in the comment section if you ever try. You know, tell us the reason why you want to give it a chance. If you don't want to ever try, let us know in the comment section why you don't want to try it out. Come back for more videos.
Yeah, remembering that you might date long distance, marry and be together, or you might date together, marry and walk.
Have that at the back of your mind.
It can happen.
It can happen.
Bye.
Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you will get notified. We'll see you in our next. Bye, guys. Bye. I want to chip it in that on the 20th of October 2020, harmless Nigerians were killed in the Lekki toll gate in Lagos State by the government, and it's been
about a year now.
It's been about a year now, and they're still very fresh in our hearts. And we really just want to reach out to those families that lost their loved ones, people that had to sustain gunshot injuries, people that their lives have changed just because they went out to protest. We love you, and we are all hoping for a better Nigeria. Like, we go nowhere except we want to Japan. We are here.
Kick the wrong eggs out.
Yeah.
For all those mothers that lost their son.
Yeah.
You have a son.
Yeah. You have your sons. Okay. We Nigerian youths, and the daughters, because ladies also died as well. They were really brave, you know.
So